from the Instagram account of Post Opinions, which of course is just the opinion column for the Washington Compost, even though like 98% of their content is opinion, to put it nicely. But they say, there's this famous line about immigration policy that it takes 5 minutes to explain and 30 seconds to lie about. And that's absolutely true. Well, I highly doubt it, but here we have, of course, for the millionth time, these weirdo creeps pretending that illegal immigration and classic immigration is exactly the same thing. Are we going to pretend that a family who showed up from Mexico in 1978 or a family who showed up from Vietnam in 1972 or any of that stuff is the exact same as the Venezuelans who are hopping the border right now and eliminating Americans? It's absolutely insane. But my name's Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I'm absolutely begging you.
I'm begging you, please. Come on, please.
Because it helps me a lot and it would cost you nothing. But if you wanted to help me even more and spend some money, you would buy my book, New York City 2020, Gotham Unglued, on Amazon.com. That link will be in the description. But here, no, immigrants are not more likely to commit crimes. Okay, well, that I can probably agree with, but if you're talking about illegals, they have literally committed a crime the moment they stepped over, so 100%.
There's this famous line about immigration policy that it takes 5 minutes to explain and 30 seconds to lie about, and that is absolutely true. There are a lot of myths about immigration. One of them...
Yeah, a lot of myths about immigration that you are perpetuating because you're already... Bro, you have a photo here of some people walking along the barbed wire and a giant fence, and you want us to believe, all of your Washington Compost readers, your audience, who I assume are still there. I'm not even sure how this is happening. And for the record, I did mention that it would be easy for the establishment to just switch narratives and the zombie robot sheep would just go along with it without questioning anything. But I was actually wrong about that. These people have been so brainwashed and so controlled over the past, 6 or 8 years that now when the mainstream media is finally coming out pretending to be surprised by the decline of Beau Biden and speaking out about it, which of course everybody saw from the beginning, except for the brainwashed zombie robot sheep, they are now mad at the media. So it's a complete mess, to put it nicely, but that's a different story.
Is that immigrants are more likely to commit crimes. Absolutely not true. Not true.
Not true. Not immigrants. Fine. They want to fly under the radar and, start a business or something. But illegal immigrants, 100% of them have already committed a crime.
True today has not been true for over 100 years. We actually have pretty good data on this. Another example, lots of people say people who are coming here without permission should just go back to their home country and get in line and come here the right way or the legal way. As it turns out, for most of the population of the world, there is no legal way to permanently immigrate.
Okay, fine. So then don't come. Can this lady go to a number of other countries and just show up unannounced and expect the world to be handed to her on a silver platter? This is crazy. This is crazy. They put this little lady out here to gaslight what's left of their audience. And I believe there's even an article where the Washington Compost has published themselves the fact that they are drowning. Same thing with CNN. They're like, yeah, well, we got the presidential debate, so hopefully this will get us back on track, kind of. But it's all over. It's collapsing. We're the media now.
To the United States. There is no line for them to get into. Just doesn't work that way. The only possible means...
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. So what they should do is hop over the fence and take what you already have. Is that what you're suggesting, lady?
For lots of people around the world, particularly in the Western Hemisphere, is to show up at the border and hope that they qualify for asylum. Another widely held misperception is that President Biden has somehow opened the borders, opened the floodgates.
That quite literally happened on day one of his administration while we're still supposed to be deathly afraid of Rona. But she's going to spin it. Let's see what she does.
Admitted every immigrant from Earth to, overwhelm the United States, to invade the United States. In fact, if you look at the number of deportations, returns, and expulsions under this president, it's actually at a several decade high. Higher.
Yeah, okay. I'm not an expert, but I'm sure he has expelled far more people than Donald Trump because he has let in exponentially more people. So yes, there has been some people that have been kicked out, and it has been more than Donald Trump, but that's only because there has been millions more illegals that he had to get rid of, and none of that would have happened. Now, of course, she's gonna Donald Trump. These people are insane, and I don't know. Look, maybe this woman's just stupid. Maybe she's evil, but I can say for certain she thinks that we're stupid.
Than it was, in fact, under Donald Trump.
Yeah, I highly doubt it. This is crazy, and these people, right? They can't. I guess same thing with like the corporate, the Target and Walmart and Tractor Supply Company, all this stuff, because it doesn't matter that they can hemorrhage cash, because pushing the agenda, especially for the Washington Compost, is far more important than any sort of readership or income. Here's a little bit more propaganda from the weirdo death cult that is the Washington Compost. They say, losing the right to end a pregnancy affects not just pregnant people, it affects everyone who could get pregnant. So you mean women? So here we are. I mean, they're at the point now where, I mean, we've known this for several years now, but it's not just women that get pregnant.
Hello, doctor. It looks like I need an abortion.
An abortion?
Yeah, I've got one growing inside me. Now, you're gonna scramble its brains or just vacuum it out? If you want, you can just scramble it and I'll queef it out myself.
Obey what we tell you to obey. Ignore your lying eyes. Live in our reality. Otherwise, we're gonna cry and call you a criminal.
Excuse me. My beautiful, now 22-year-old child told me last year that they were gender nonconforming.
Meanwhile, we're also going to call the criminal illegals who are hopping over the border and eliminating Americans asylum seekers or newcomers. But this is absolutely crazy, because this is like a weird short hair woman who's probably not going to have kids anyway, telling you how important it is for her to have the option to eliminate a child.
When the Dobbs decision came out, I felt like I was no longer a full citizen of my country. Like my country was saying my life was worth less. Consider for...
Yeah, but you don't want to use that very same theory to the baby that you may or may not be growing inside of you? That's not worth less? This is crazy.
Moment. The people who have died in the past 2 years from complications of pregnancy...
Oh, okay, here we go. Just so we're clear. If you don't do exactly what we say when we say it, somebody's going to die. That we know.
They wanted to end, but couldn't. And then there are desperate people in abortion-banned states who have tried to end their pregnancies by unsafe means. Since these decisions are shrouded in secrecy, stigma, and potential legal jeopardy.
Yes, and of course, it goes without saying, though, use the same theory. Well, we need to make abortions legal, otherwise they're going to do unsafe things. Use that theory with guns, okay? Do you think eliminating the right to have a gun is going to eliminate the criminals? No, but you can't have a rational discussion or a decent conversation. I mean, they quite literally will tell you where we can't have this conversation, but I digress.
We might never know how many. Still, those losses are the easier ones to count. The true cost of Dobbs is far greater. The people for whom carrying an unwanted pregnancy exacerbates the heart disease or depression that ultimately kills them. The people trapped in lethal, abusive relationships because they are forced to bear their abuser's children. We don't know these numbers. We won't know these numbers. Losing the right to end a pregnancy affects not just pregnant people, though. It affects everyone who could get pregnant. In the states where abortion is illegal, half the inhabitants no longer possess their own lives. Not fully. The state is holding them hostage to faulty birth control, insufficient sex education, predatory men, youth, ignorance, poverty, and bad luck.
Wait, so this entire argument kind of, banks on the idea that there are men and there are women, right? Because they're the ones that, the men are the ones committing these heinous acts that are forcing women to eliminate babies, but also men can get pregnant. What the hell is going on here?
Hey everyone! So I just wanted to get on here and share with you some of the toxic traits that I have lost in womanhood. One of the things that I used to do all the time is I used to mansplain things. I don't do that anymore.
Those in states that still recognize the right to abortion are safer. But we've lost the ability to move about the country confident of being treated as free and equal citizens wherever we settle. We've lost the security of knowing that whatever political winds blow through our state houses, our Constitution will protect the fundamental right to control our own lives. Dobbs took that from us too.
Yeah, okay. This is absolutely insane. So it is quite clearly a death cult, which I believe we've not, the Washington Compost specifically, especially, but they're all over the place, right? I just mentioned the idea that you have the regular fake news media, the ABC, NBC, CBS, all that stuff. They're clearly in the bag for Democrats, but then you have the hard leftist weirdo publications that are even farther even further off the plot. They don't know what the hell's going on, but they expect you to just buy whatever they're selling. And in this case, you should let the illegals, the asylum seekers or the newcomers or whatever, just come over here and they get health care too, and they can have abortions and they can have transformer surgeries and all that stuff, because otherwise somebody's going to die.